So you're thinking about starting stained glass, but you don't know where to begin. I'm hoping that this video will be a helpful starting point, maybe give you some direction, or at least an example anyway, to get your foot in the door of the stained glass world. So for starters, my name is Graham, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stained glass community as well. I have been doing stained glass for 2 years or so as of 2025, so I'm still quite new myself. On a couple of videos, I did get asked some questions, so I wanted to take that opportunity to answer those, tell you about myself, tell you how I got into stained glass, and kind of how it led me to where I am today. I may be biased, but I do think that this is a good way to get into the stained glass world. Not waste your time or your money. Just like any hobby, when you're starting out, stained glass can be very expensive. Just looking around my table right here, you have your grinder, pliers, cutters, soldering irons, solder, flux, foil, and then there's the glass and all the stuff that I'm leaving out. So the best way of getting into it without having to spend too much money on material and tools would be to do a search in your local area and to see what stained glass shops are around and if they offer any classes. I think it was about $150 each. You got to use their tools, grinders, a lot of material was provided, and the glass was even provided, but it was kind of like limited. But particularly the beginner course, you did 3 different projects. I'm gonna pull them up. One was like a copper coated foil butterfly. The second one was a black foil project where you pick 1 out of 3 sun catchers. You can actually see them in the background. One, there's mine, and there's my dad's. And then the last one was a lead window. So just with the beginner course, we got to do foiled windows and leaded windows. You got to see how to solder, how to cut glass, how to foil, how to patina, how to cement, and even make the zinc frame. Then we got into the intermediate class, which was 8 weeks long, and you do your own project in that class. You pick your own pattern and you buy your own glass. The solder, flux, foil, that was all provided as well. But you basically like use their tools and some of their material, and then you had the instructor there to kind of guide you along your first project. Between the 2 classes and the waiting time, that's like 6 months of stained glass. And I do feel like 6 months is, you can kind of get a feel for it and decide, like, is this for me or is this not? Are we going to continue? You could even do another intermediate class and do another project and walk through it with an instructor. It's always helpful to have kind of someone to consult. I also have a very good relationship with the owner of the shop that I go to, and he's almost like a mentor for my dad and I. When you almost come to him with a project, you ask his opinion, you say, can I do this? Should I do this? What size zinc, etc., etc. So kind of building the relationship with someone who's already involved in stained glass, that is also kind of key to this process, I feel. So phase 1, join a couple classes, see if you actually like it, get your hands dirty. During the intermediate phase, I already knew that I like stained glass and I kind of caught that bug. So the next thing I did was starting to look on Marketplace or Kijiji for tools, and also I became familiar, with prices. And from there, just being patient, kind of waiting and being familiar with the prices, I found that there was like 2 or 3 different people that retired. And let's see, I was able to get 2 grinders, 2 soldering irons, 5 different sets of pliers, 2 different cutters. People would just sell their whole catalog of glass, and there's still stickers on them. So it was like $5 for a 12 by 12, when now that could be anywhere from $10 to $30. So people just retire and you can inherit their stuff, and they're happy to see it go to someone who actually wants to use it, and it makes you happy, it makes them happy. Obviously on Marketplace and Kijiji, you have to be mindful of who you're meeting up with. So take that all into consideration when you're doing that. And then the final piece of advice would be to join a social media group. I'm a part of 3 different stained glass groups on Facebook. I'll put them up like right here. And honestly, it's free advice. You can't argue with free. I became exposed to many different techniques, many different styles, different patterns, just ideas, people asking questions. In case you didn't know, I'm an electrician. During my apprenticeship, I had like 10 different journeymen, and that was 10 different ways to learn the exact same thing. So, you become familiar with your teacher, appreciate your teacher, but then you're also seeing other tools and the way people do it across the world, different climates. So it really exposes you to different things. And I learned so much, I didn't even know certain tools existed. So I did find that the social media groups were definitely, you don't even have to post, but you just can watch or read. And that itself was one thing that helped me kind of get me to where I am right now. So that was my beginning journey. And those are my points to go off of. Obviously, there's many different ways to do it. Let me know in the comments, what was your journey? What do you suggest that might be different? If you see this video and you get into it, let me know how you like it. Let me know if it worked out for you, if you tried a class and you didn't like it. And also, what would you suggest in the comments? So I'll be here putting in work in the shop. I hope you have a good rest of the day, and thank you for watching.